Libra, welcome to your intimate tarot reading. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to know why I read intimate tarot, specifically sexual energy, it will be outlined for you in the description box. In the general sense, I understand sexual energy comes into play for us as individuals, thus it stands to reason that it can affect other areas of our lives, which is true for all energy types. And I operate from that philosophy, the more you know, yeah? But also, just as a heads up, if you are someone who is sensitive around the topics of sexual energy, sexual identification, be it very vague or very detailed, this is not the message type for you. I want you to feel free to skip this one, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. You know, I don't want you to watch anything that comes into conflict with you or has no value, because you won't take anything from it, which is, again, is true for all tarot. All right? There you go. Let's get cracking. And for those of you who know what's up, welcome back. Intimate tarot can be some of my most in-depth readings. And people see how far their sexual energy goes, to what extent, how, the depth, how it plays into our lives. You want to know? Check out Gemini's. You know, theirs was pretty darned intense, but very honest. So what's going on for you? Show me Libra, please. Show me that Librian sexual energy. Trust me, honey, if I had my way, if it was like Whataburger, we do it your way. If I could wave a magic wand, oh, honey, everybody would just be, they would just be thriving in their sexual energy, and they'd be with the person that they want and just be having glorious sex all day. And feeling good, and a lovely, strong, emotionally oriented and sexually oriented relationship. Oh, God, especially, honey, you know, because Libra is my Venus, as well as some other critical placements. Trust me. Which reminds me, is this for my sun, moon, rising, or Venus? Any of them, all of them. You're not going to know until you watch the message anyway, so what does it matter? But I will say, this is sexual energy, so it can be beneficial, yes, to look at readings from your Venus placement. There. That's it. We're going to start by pulling you a general overview. Show me that Librian sexual energy. Yes. Forgiveness. Forgiveness. Number 23. 23 for some of you might be significant. The date could be significant. Forgiveness. You see the plant between two people. In other words, the energy can thrive between two people. If we come together for forgiveness, things can grow in a healthy way. It is possible. Sexual forgiveness, emotional forgiveness, any of those things, all of those things, spiritual forgiveness. It's possible. They're telling me it's possible. It is possible to forgive. Some of you are working on forgiving yourselves, forgiving someone else, both, yourself, someone else. Reasons as to why, I don't know. Let's go ahead and take a look. Could just be you. And it could be with someone else. There are two people there in that figure. Yeah? Show me Libra, please. Oh. The Hermit, healing. That's an interesting split. We'll show you that real quick. The Hermit and Five of Swords. Some of you are healing your self-sabotage or your sense of self-deception. Strength. And you're being very aggressive about it because it's important to you. Interesting. A lot of fears, a lot of self-doubts. And you're healing that. The things you said or did to yourself or for yourself or about someone else. What's going on, please, for Libra's sexual energy? Show me what I need to see, please, for Libra's sexual energy. Show me Libra's sexual energy. Show me Libra's sexual energy, please. We're going to take a look at the recent and then over the next several months. Show me Libra. Like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. Reverse energies as it applies, cross what you're saying. Starting off with that recent past. The hierophant, current, the lovers, crossing, the world. The Empress, the one who surrounds you, temperance. Okay, we got lots of spiritual energy today. Whoo! Okay. First of all, just some placements here for those who need it. Taurus, Gemini, Sag. A little bit if you was in here as well. Touch of Libra. Okay. Spiritual connection on the table. Literally. A spiritual connection is on the table. One that is quite strong in nature. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally. So, already can tell you not a casual connection. At all. Your sexual, spiritual energy in the recent past kind of stood up for itself in some way, reclaiming its power. From a spiritual stand-up, this is what's correct for me, point of view, reinforcing your principles, okay? But of course, it goes without saying there's a connection here that strongly spoke to you sexually and otherwise, much more so otherwise. In your current energy, the Lovers, need I say more? Crossed by the world, it seems like it is over. The one surrounding you, the Empress, beautiful energy. Very supportive, loving, someone of high rank, possibly in your eyes, importance, partnership, someone who sexually is very comfortable with themselves and likes to give their all to the person whom they associate as their equal. And that's the only energy for which they tend to ascribe their sexual selves. I'm the Empress and I can give you everything on one condition. It has to be you, and just you. It's exclusive. Temperance healing. They are suggesting that they would like to heal. They either see you as the Empress or they themselves are. Some respect. Let's keep going. Next several months, Nine of Pentacles. You being on your own, the Sun, thriving, death. We are either ending something here or we are transforming. Much more strong energy. More. So many majors. Nine of Pentacles, individuation. I am single. I am fine. I can stand on my own 2 feet. I know how to empower myself. And the Sun, warmth, resplendent, death. We will see if the situation can transform because the Sun and happiness is on the line here. Strength, Nine of Cups. You're saying, right here on your downline, you have no problem being on your own. Fiercely independent. You know how to please yourself. You know what makes you you. Very strong sense of, I can be about myself. That doesn't scare me. What scares me is when somebody else doesn't know how to be on their own and they can't stand in their own power and they can't stand on their own 2 feet. You're telling me you're fiercely capable of being on your own. You have no problem with that, and you're making that very clear to me. You're also telling me you know what it is that you want and you know what it is that you do not want. Okay? Obstacles, Knight of Pentacles, slowness. Moving forward, Ace of Pentacles, some of you will be moving towards a new opportunity. Others of you will be showing constructive efforts. If indeed there is transformation here, then someone is seriously saying Ace of Pentacles, let's put work into this, or if it is indeed death, we're moving towards a new opportunity. Which is which, we shall see. There's a lot of spiritual energy here at play. Your baseline is screaming important, important, important. Let's get cracking. Show me the hierophant, please. Show me the hierophant, please. Well, this surpasses straight up sexual energy by miles, which is one of the reasons why I enjoy intimate tarot so much, is to prove to people how far it goes. There's a reason we're inclined to people, to certain individuals. Okay. It's not just because we're so turned on by them. It's part of it. But it's really just a signal. Sexual energy can be a very strong signal. Hey, pay attention to that. What's going on over there? And sometimes it's a light connectivity and it's left at that. Other times it can form as an energetic blueprint for what could be. Show me the hierophant, please. Show me the hierophant, please. Show me the hierophant, please, in the recent past. Of course, this is the tarot deck of sexual magic, aka Big Red. Show me the hierophant. King of Swords, determined. Ace of Swords, truth. Page of Wands. Some of you made very strong declarative truths. Very strong. Determined. Here's my truth. Page of Wands. You opened up in some way. What did you speak to? You had a very bold truth here. Very bold truth. Sharp. Determined upon what? You clearly left your sexual energy out of it. I'm going to stop and clarify this further now. You made a very strong truth, you declared it, and you fucking meant it. And you left your sexual energy out of it. It's like, this has nothing to do with sexual energy. I've made a decision. And it was borderline self-righteous, but properly righteous, I believe, decision. I don't know, but it's your truth and you're sticking to it. And it comes from your hierophant as well as your high priestess. Both of your spiritual aspects made a decision about your sexual energy and the connectivity behind it. Your intuition was telling you, whoever it is I connect with feels very good and it feels very right. Your high priestess does not deny this. Your sexual energy connected with somebody easily and fluidly. You don't deny this. Your hierophant, they're both here. They're both our strongest forms of spiritual self. High priestess and the hierophant. They're each other's spiritual equivalents. Your high priestess doesn't deny it. This person feels correct. Your hierophant says no. Your hierophant is being backed up with the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords. You have strong truth here. But you left again your passion out of it. Your high priestess says this person feels right. Very right. Sexually and emotionally. You had two parts of you that were very active and very alive. What you knew and what you felt. And what you knew is what you acted upon. I believe you cut. But it came from a higher plane of existence with the hierophant. And when he authorizes something, it tends to be true unless he's being negatively reinforced. I don't see negative reinforcement. I'm seeing it's neither positive nor negative. It is simply, this is what must be done. I have a reason to believe you cut something. Or someone. Despite the fact that your sexual energy towards them felt right. Very right. Your internal GPS said, as I was saying, from the universe, they give us signals. Your signal was towards this person. Your higher self said, cut it off. Let's keep going. Show me the Lovers, please. 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 Show me the Lovers. This is where we see that case of this is what I feel versus what I know. And one of them had to win. Six of Pentacles, the Devil, the Chariot. Whatever this connection is, as strong as it is, and it's very strong, all the spiritual elements are here saying that's exactly what it is, Christina. I don't dispute it, neither do you. Nobody here disputes the strength of this connection. It became a pattern, and a toxic one. It was met on the surface as a Six of Pentacles, a balancing system, where we met each other in reality, in what seemed like a fair and balanced way. However, there was toxicity behind it. It became a pattern, the Devil. The thing is that your heart was in it. Your heart was in it, legit. The Chariot. How that Six of Pentacles played out in the real world, I do not know. Perhaps you two met as lovers physically, sexually. Perhaps you balanced in a realistic way that was very plain as day. When the energies danced, they were strong, strongly felt by both people. How they expressed themselves, I don't know. Six of Pentacles makes me think it was more neutral. Six of Pentacles often denotes neutrality. It's hard to believe such powerful, powerful, powerful energy did not express itself sexually. But for some of you, yes, this was the case. It did not express itself sexually. It came out, or tried to come out, as neutral in the 3D. Back and forth, the old exchange. You can have Six of Pentacles with your neighbor. Drink on the weekends, cup of coffee in the morning, talk shit, right? Have a little exchange, talk about the weather, yada, yada, yada. That's how neutral the Six of Pentacles is. But it's supposed to be a balanced neutral. You both get something from it. But it's not too obligatory. It doesn't swing hard in either direction. The energy behind it massively swings in the other direction. So I don't know if you two, when you met sexually, it felt like it was fair. Or if on the 3D you met very easily and casually with nothing much to show for it. I do know the energy behind it was fucking unreal. Intense. The thing is that your heart was in it too, with the Chariot. When you showed up for it, you showed up for it boldly. With strength of conviction. This is where my heart's supposed to go, thus I am trying to meet it. Oh, that damn Chariot. Always gets us into trouble. Strength of will and conviction of the heart to move in a particular direction. You already told me, and you were very honest about this, your High Priestess said, this person feels very correct. Feels good to connect with them. Your Hierophant came down and smacked the whole thing down with the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords and said, this cannot be. Part of you recognized at some point, as strongly as you felt for this Lovers, Chariot, when you showed up, honey, your whole heart was behind it. But the 3D energy sustaining it did not express what this really was. It's patternized with the Devil. It's patternized meeting Six of Pentacles. There's something toxic behind it, and it was repetitive. It was a pattern that played out. So when you showed up for it, you showed up for it strong. But it became a little toxic. It became a little dependent. It became a little, this is how it is, or this is how it has to be. And while it felt strong, simultaneously it also didn't feel right. I don't deny the connectivity between you two. Out of all the signs I've read for the past couple weeks, yours undeniably has to be the strongest I've seen. And I barely started. A lot of people show me complexity. Complexity of their fire, complexity of their emotions. They're showing me something most people wouldn't understand. They think they would, but they don't understand. I see the two parts of you. They're both equally strong. One was fluid and natural. The other part of you was, I must rise above this. Hierophant, King of Swords, Ace of Swords. That's literally, I gotta rise above this. This is my duty. I have to keep my fire separate from what I know and what I must act upon, and also, P.S., what I naturally feel for this person has to be set aside. Our lover's connection is indeed a choice, and it must be chosen frequently in order to keep it. And it has to be chosen correctly. So if it became toxic, then it wasn't being chosen correctly, and not for the right reasons. You showed up for it in your heart. I don't know how they showed up for it. Let's take a look. Well, first, I'm going to clarify the world. Cycled out. Pattern. You've two cycled in and out before, possibly. It's on the sideways, so that's possible. And the world is a loop. So there's a very strong sense that this possibly became cyclic. Never fully closed, never fully opened, and thus toxicity is born. Addiction. I can't leave this alone. I can't quit it. It's mine. I feel it. I feel it strongly. All those thoughts. All those feelings. Show me the world, please. The offer was not made good upon. It would not present itself. It would not be taken. Somebody could not make a decision to invest, or an offer was retracted. One more. Show me the world, please. The Fool, 4 of Wands, 10 of Wands. You were open to this for a long time. You were open to this for a long time because, again, it felt normal. It felt natural. Your intuition pointed you to this person as a signal in a healthy way, but it became unhealthy. It became laborious, difficult. 10 of Wands. Somebody was, we feel foolish. We feel foolish. I don't really see the Fool in a bad way. And this time it doesn't feel so good. We feel foolish for reapproaching this over and over again. We feel foolish for trying to make some sort of relationship out of it. We feel foolish for leaving that door open. And think of the world not just as a loop, but as a door. The idea is one closes, another opens, right? Unless, of course, it remains cyclic. Like I said, it never really opens and it never really closes. The energy stayed the same, despite the enormity of it, or perhaps because of the enormity of it, and it would not express itself correctly. And we feel foolish keeping the door open for this, keeping the world open to this, until it became unbearable with the 10 of Wands. I don't know that you fully exited it. It looks like you made a very strong decision that suggests that you did. Perhaps you finally took off from this and exited completely. In that kind of sense of, if I'm going to be the Fool, I'm going to start a new chapter or a new adventure that has nothing to do with this. It's like, if I must be a fool, I'll be a fool somewhere else. Just not for you. Not anymore. Whatever this was became unbearable and frustrating. It's interesting, I haven't interpreted it this way in a long time. The 10 of Wands in this deck is terribly unique. Again, this is the tarot deck of sexual magic. I get questions about it a lot. So the 10 of Wands in this deck is the pressure of first penetration. Desire it, but it won't happen. The intimacy, the act of the intimacy wouldn't come through. The need two people have to express themselves physically wouldn't come through for some of you. It was obviously more than that. But for some of you, the interpretation stands that all the sexual tension was there and it had nowhere to go, which becomes unbearable, which would explain straight away that 6 of Pentacles that you both played into. You both got in the habit of it. The only difference I know is that your heart showed up for it strongly. Yes, that might explain the 6 of Pentacles. It's like when you build up that level of energy, it becomes toxic at some point. It has nowhere to go. Or express itself the way it was intended. Let's keep on. I'm curious to see this person's energy. Show me the Empress, please. 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 That's interesting. They showed me a 9 of Pentacles and a 9 of Cups as well. Yours comes from a place of independence. And I know myself, and I have no problem being on my own. They're showing me a sense of freedom when they are not free. They're saying I'm independent and single and free and as uninhibited as you are. No, they're not. They acted against their heart with the 3 of Swords and harmed themselves. They said that they are just as free and capable of making decisions as you are. It's a lie. They are not free to make those decisions. 3 of Swords with the Empress, there's a good chance they're already tied. And perhaps we know this. Point taken. Possibly literally to a Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be that literal, but okay, that was emphasized. Show me Temperance. Show me Temperance, please, for this person's energy. Show me. The Wheel of Fortune. 10 of Pentacles. 6 of Cups. Yes. Couple of thoughts. Time had passed in this way, and they truly felt that they could reconcile several things at one time. Their sexual energies towards what looks like a long-standing foundation, and their sexual energies towards you. They tried to temper these things. I believe they were trying to keep both in play. What looks like very strong foundational energy that's well established with that Wheel of Fortune. And time with Temperance. Yet they wish to keep the soul bond too. They're saying that they are free, they are not free. They're saying they're independent and they can act of their own free will. They cannot. They say they have their own independent feeling, which is true, but also not true at the same time. Show me this. Now, it is either this person is greatly weighed down with responsibility and they're deluding themselves about what they can give you, or, as I said, they have obligations elsewhere. Two of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, Death. There is a long-standing energy here that is sexually non-existent, but is still in play. Yeah. There is a long-standing energy here that, as far as I can tell, I don't know about the emotions towards it. I'm not actually saying that. Whatever it is that is established is stagnant. The one that's well-founded. It's still in play, but it is stagnant. I don't know if this person refuses to see that, or they just won't acknowledge it, or they keep waiting for it to revive itself. But, like I said, they try to keep both energies at play. The one that seems to be apparent, solid, and established, but non-growing, sexually otherwise, and their connection to you. I don't know who meets that criteria. The thing is, I guess the point is, honey, they acted like they were free and they're not free. There's an area where there's a tedium in their life and it's very occupying. It's well-founded, still in play. But it's not exactly happy. And then there's what they try to keep in play with you as well. And that's where the emotion is. This was a lie. This person said, I'm as free and as easy as you are. I'm as out there as you are. I'm free to make my own decisions. That's not true at all. This person's energy is horribly, horribly labored in many directions. And it's been like that for a long time. It doesn't necessarily feel good, but it's methodical, it's mechanical, it's in motion, and it's been in motion. I don't know if there's any feeling behind it. That's not my job. I just wanted to understand why I was seeing so much energy being held on to and trying to be healed at the same time. You're in there too, in that mess. You are love of the past. And sweet nostalgia, a soul bond, which we've already seen. But they have too many things at play, all by telling themselves they're a free agent and they're free to do this. They're not. It marks their heart with guilt. With the Three of Swords. And pain. They can't give to you because they're giving to so many other things. And one that's in play, it has been in play for a long time. Even if it doesn't grow, it's still there. There's no time for you. There's no place for you. And yet, they tried to heal all of this, keep it all together, reconcile all of it at the same time, and you just can't. I'm going to keep this, I'm going to keep this, I'm going to keep this, and hope it all works out somehow. You know. That's why I'm always in favor of picking one thing and putting yourself into it. And just that at one time, I can't even begin to peg down, honey. This person's energy, it just seems to go everywhere. It does not grow, but it is there. I can heal this, I can heal this, I can reconcile that, I can reconcile that, I can reconcile my feelings to this, I can reconcile my feelings to that. So when you give that much of yourself into so many different directions, you essentially lose yourself. And I don't know where the hell you're supposed to find yourself in this person's energy. They mark it a little bit as a soul bond. It's important to me, but then whatever you are in here gets lost in translation. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, please. I could probably spin that out just in another hour in and of itself. Show me that Nine of Pentacles, please. Show me that Nine of Pentacles. It's just so many. It's too much. Their energy goes into too many places. And that was already set in motion before you. I don't know where the hell you're supposed to find yourself in that. It causes a lot of tension. It causes a lot of tension, sexual frustration. Nine of Pentacles. The Empress. Three of Wands. The hierophant. Jesus. There you are, being an Empress of your own right. You're telling me you very strongly understand who you are. And that you waited. You waited for this person of your own free will, you said? You chose to do that. Because you said, I understand who's worth waiting for. You have a very strong sense of self, sexually, otherwise. The Empress is tops in sexual tarot, as I've discussed. She's a beautiful energy, and I'm seeing that as you. Very well founded in who you are and what makes you you, your sexual energy being just but one of those things. You have such a fierce sense of, I know me. I know what makes me principally me, right? You also told me your sexual energy is exclusive. The Empress always is. She wouldn't be an Empress if she just gave it out to anyone, right? She wouldn't be an Empress then. It has to be the right person to love someone so much and give that much of yourself to that person, yeah? And spiritually, you waited on this person a long time because, again, it felt right. It's like they wanted to be so much like you. I'm just like you. I'm a 9 and 9 too, baby. I'm an Empress too. I'm like you. No. Show me the sun. Show me the sun. Show me the sun. Show me the sun. I see you waiting for very different reasons now. Is my point. You have already begun the process of looking into new. You understood once that you were waiting for this person. In a way, it's kind of like I agree to this, even if it started to feel wrong and toxic over time. I don't know when you exited. I know you waited for this person long enough that it compromised your values. And you have to understand at what point, as the Empress or Emperor, does your waiting cross the line of your values? When does your experience or exchange with somebody, when does it cross the line of your values and starts to compromise you? I don't really know what's going on in this person's world other than it's a stew pot of commitments, obligations, and activities that don't necessarily fulfill this person, but they're in play, and it's not for you to say or argue with. I just know that somewhere in the back burner of their energy is like, oh yeah, that soul bond with Libra. I said it. Where are you supposed to find yourself in this person's energy? Which is ironic because they want so much to be like you. I'm like you. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. I'm just as strong as you. I know what I want too. No. The Sun. You are seeking new forms of happiness in the Ace of Wands. You have begun to open yourself in a particular direction that's relationship-oriented as well as passionate. The best of both worlds. Emotional harmony means the Ten of Cups equivalent of the Ten of Pentacles equivalent. That is emotional stability. Emphasis. And then also sexual ignition. One that turns you on, brightens you, adds to your sun, does not take away from you. So getting back to here, when I said, briefly, I alluded to, you're waiting for different reasons now. As the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, you told me repeatedly you have no problem being on your own. you know what your worth is, and you say, I'm worth waiting for. And I know what's worth giving my energy to. And you said, my sexual energy is now speaking to a higher plane of existence. And how it looks in the 3D is Ten of Cups, Ace of Wands, Sun. I want to be happy. And I want something that's healthy and makes sense. And also, P.S., lights me the fuck up. Here comes the rain again. It's been raining in Texas for days. Good for the garden and all that. Here comes the rain again. Was that Eurythmics or Annie Lennox? I don't always remember when her band work cuts off from her individual work. Here comes it. I think that was Eurythmics. It's a great song. Great artist. So baby, talk to me like lovers do. You want new. And you want to put into it the best of yourself. Freely, independently, exclusively. And good sexual energy understands that it has a spiritual equivalent. In other words, it serves a purpose. The Empress must have her sexual energy serve a purpose, or it cannot produce. Therefore, she is exclusive. So when she shows up in sexual tarot, okay, she's either A, somebody's partner, and should personify that energy, sometimes doesn't, or B, you are that person, and it's you. Their Empress is different. It says, I wish I could be more like Libra. It isn't. You want to choose your next relationship based on exclusivity, and knowing who it is you can give yourself to exclusively under the guidance of the hierophant. In other words, an actual spiritual connection that you can obtain. Your relationship energy, your sense of personhood. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Empress, personhood. Your personhood, your whole fucking person, is not only glorious and resplendent, it says it knows itself, and that this is what it wants now. It has to mean something. If my sex does not take me to a higher plane of existence, fuck it, I'll be on my own. I don't give this out to anyone. The Empress also says I could fuck you up in the bedroom. But it has to be you. Just you. You want that one person you can take upstairs or wherever, knowing what you can do, and rest assured that it'll be there for you tomorrow. I'm very pleased with your energy. But the amount of spirituality behind it suggests lessons. A lot of them. I know you showed up full heart for this person, under whatever the circumstances were. But it was a lover you could not have. And there's something here about your intuition, as well as your spiritual energy, your higher self, that had to work together to understand something. Yes, you feel right to me. You feel very right to me. But you're also wrong for me. Those two emotions, if you can believe it, can exist at the same time. They can absolutely exist at the same time. You feel so fucking right. And somehow you are so fucking wrong at the same time. Oh, yes. Show me death. Show me death, please. You want a new beginning. You're opening up towards it with the Page of Swords. That's how I know it's new instead of a renewal. You have to remember with the aces, it's not just new. It can be renew. You're opening up towards it with the Page of Swords. Under the sun. It would make you happy to open up to something new. Emotionally cohesive. One that speaks to your higher self and also P.S. your self-worth, which is through the fucking roof. Death. Show me death, please. Show me death, please. Show me death, please. They tried to keep it all together. Bless them. But honey, you don't want to be in a position where you're being held together by somebody else's idea of glue and tape and I don't know what else. Hammered nails. They have too much in their hands. And what happens, you start overflowing. Things, the sand, the water, it runs through our fingers. They're holding on, and some of it doesn't even make them happy. Sexually or otherwise. I don't even want to get into that. It was there, and it was like it's so established, it's like it was there before you were born. Like, I don't know how much legacy shit they're carrying over. I don't know. But again, how the hell were you supposed to find your place in this? And then they kind of tack you on as an afterthought. Oh yeah, 6 Cups is in there too. Libra's in there too. Totally. I can keep that together too. There's no time for this. And then they say, I can be like you. I can be strong-willed, sexy, and independent too. They don't have the freedom. They do not have the freedom to move about the cabin. So I don't know what made them think that, except maybe perhaps you inspire them. Perhaps that Empress is a reflection of you. That's how they see you and why they say I can be like you. I don't know. But I feel bad. I don't know how this person has room to breathe. The 7 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles. I don't know why they're showing me this, and I don't know how it has anything to do with you or your business. They already showed me 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and that they were already unhappy in it. They're still showing me that. There's nothing to be gained from this foundation. The growth is stagnant as fuck, and the passion isn't there for this, and yet they still engage in it. It hasn't gone anywhere. It is literally a repeat on their downline. You've already made it very clear I want new. Boldly so. And in fact, I have every fucking reason to believe you've already started talking to somebody, because your energy is looking very hopeful and strong. They're still saying same shit, different day. I don't know why I'm seeing this person at this point. 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, death. 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. And again, more Sagittarian energy. Scorpio too, don't get me wrong, but the foundation that whatever the fuck they have going on here, that they all try to keep it in play, their goal in trying to show temperance to it, patience and healing. I can keep it all together. I can reconcile all this shit. I can make it all work out. I can make it all work out. It's still happening. Except there are some pieces that they're holding on to that are really starting to fall off the edge now. They're losing them. I don't know how many pieces are in this Lego set. Let's say there's 100. They're losing about 10, 20, 30. You cannot diversify. You cannot put, you just can't. The energy is everywhere with this person, and you're back there on their mind somewhere like, oh yeah, 6 Cups, that's my Libra. I'm just like them. I can keep it all together. I can keep it all together. And so while they are trying to give them that credit, but why? Something here clearly isn't working. It was already marked with death. As much as they keep trying to keep it together and reconcile it and reconcile it and reconcile it, give it patience, give it time, It's been marked with death. It's like it's over and they don't know it's over. There's no joy in this connectivity. There's no passion in this connectivity. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a relationship, work shit. It could be both. It could be a mixture, a stew pot of activities that they're trying to keep like this, but things are falling off the plate now. I can't make this shit up. It's the same thing. It's literally, this is why I use multiple decks, is so people can see repeating patterns, which is always a problem. You cottoned on to your own particular pattern with this person, and I think that was your strong decision back here. As much as it meant to you, it's like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta go. Time for a new adventure, time for a new journey. You have no space for me in your fucking life. And guess what? It is true. There's no room for your sexual energy. Never mind your heart. And now I'm saying it. Why am I saying this? You fucked off. You started a new chapter, a new journey. It looks beautiful. You look great. Go. You look gorgeous. Your energy's banging. It's a matter of time before you attract somebody. It's just a matter of fucking time, baby. Look at you. And you want to know how it is that you're about to start a relationship is when you know that you are damn well on your own and that you don't need one. And that's how you attract the best mate out there, is knowing that you don't have to have one. You choose one. That is the most powerful connectivity you could have. I don't have to have anybody. I choose to. And that's where your power comes from. You're telling me you're all about choice. You're all about independence. All about knowing my worth. I choose Ace of Wands. I choose Ten of Cups. I choose the fucking Sun. The power of choice. This is what I choose to have in my life. Not forcing myself to hold on to shit that's not working out. I choose to free myself. I think that's why this person tries to act like you, because there's some things they want to free themselves from, but they can't. They say they can hold on to everything. They can't. So I don't know if this is a combination of this person being in a pre-existing relationship, family, friends, community, work, any of those things, all of those things. Take a fucking pick. But it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And they're still showing me elements here that are dropping off. Back here, they're barely holding on. And now things for them in the future are dropping off. There's no passion in this. It's habit. I have to do this. These are my responsibilities and shit like that. I understand and respect responsibilities. I understand that as the day is fucking long. I got principles too. Ten of Pentacles is all about the loyalty and devotion to pull that kind of shit off. You have to have principles to have a Ten of Pentacles. Here's the difference. This person's not happy with them. They hate the foundation. They hate the work. There's no passion in it. Or the relationship. Or both. I don't know. I know that feeling where we're trying to hold on to everything, even the shit that's not working out, especially the shit that's not working out. And that's what takes the most from us. The thing that needs to be in our life the least is what we try to hold on to the most. Because we're not prepared to let it go when it clearly needs to go. It clearly needs to exit. It doesn't want to be in our life. That's why it keeps trying to die. And this person's like, I'm keeping it all. I'm keeping it all. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be getting caught. I'm sorry. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand why I keep... I'm so sorry. Let me get back. I'm overwhelmed with all of everything that's in here. There's no room for you, but they're still convinced that they can keep you a little bit. They say they're free and independent. Fuck no, they're not. They don't have room to breathe. They don't have time. They don't have the room to turn around their little cell. Except it's not a prison cell. It's something to do with their life on a larger scale. It's like Nine of Cups is in your strengths. Oh my God. You know what it is that makes you happy? I'm not saying you're perfect, but honey, your energy is through the fucking roof. In terms of quality, worth, self-care, self-love, I know what I got. I know what I'm worth waiting for, etc. So again, it's waiting with purpose, not with delay. I hate seeing false hope. I hate seeing delay. Yours is waiting with purpose. You're literally telling me I know it's worth holding out for, and it's just a matter of time. And you're right, it is just a matter of time. I see you opting for aces. I do. I look at that. I can't breathe, man. I can't fucking breathe. I can't breathe. If you're going to have responsibilities, fucking choose them. What you choose to carry in this life is exactly that. It's a choice. And you don't have to choose something that carry it when it's clearly trying to exit. It's not happy. It's not fulfilling. It's stagnant as fuck, and there's no passion behind it. Why are you choosing to hold on to it? They say they want to be like you, but they are far from it. Oh, yeah. That's all you want, baby. That's all you want. You've already made your decision. You've made your decision. You made your decision. Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Four of Swords. You've rested on the subject. You have said, I put myself first. Thank you very much. I put myself first. I know my worth. King and Queen of Pentacles, I know my worth. Empress, you've already told me. Your spiritual plane of existence is on point. Your sexual energy is on point. Your emotional energy is on point. And back here, you showed me very sharp decision-making skills. You are saying, I'm all about the self. I know how to love, care, and protect myself. You're saying, I'm all about that. That is my strength. I agree with you. 100%. That is my strength. It is my sexual strength. It is my emotional strength. And it is my strength of stability. I know how to love myself. I will always take actions in the coordinates to myself, is what you're saying. No longer this. I'm not saying your heart wasn't in it. On the contrary, your heart showed up for this like a loud and proud heartbeat. Because it was your lover. That's why. It was your lover. Of course you showed up for him. But at some point when you started showing up for him, it became not great. Knight of Pentacles, the opposition. Show me that Knight of Pentacles, please. Show me that Knight of Pentacles. Show me that Knight of Pentacles, please. They're holding on to the tower. Okay. What you don't know. Someone's still holding on to your energy. Let me guess who has a tendency to hold on to things even though they're not working out. They're still holding on to you. It's an obstacle, and it might come in as a revelation, and it might come in as one that's outside of your control. It's slow to arrive. You don't know that this is going to happen yet. It's not when you're moving out the door. You already have moved out the door. It's sometime later down your timeline. This person specifically holds on to their feelings for you. They're saying, I believe, a large heart space for you, and it's being revealed unto you with the tower. And that's why they hold on to your energy. They have a large heart space for you. I believe them when they say that. I don't know how they had time to explore that. But you had enough time to explore it that you showed up with your heart for them. So it stands to reason that they would as well. It's just, I don't know how, and all that noise. That sound and fury of this person's life is no joke. I am sympathetic, but honey, you gotta pick and choose your fucking responsibilities. And then you throw yourself into that one dedicated thing. That way it doesn't roll up on you like this, like one big giant mistake. You have to know what things are worth giving up for. You just do. And it was marked not once but twice. The first time, endings are in sight for whatever constitutes this person's life. But they try to hold on to all of it, including you. They still show me that. Except now the loss is becoming more apparent. And if you can believe it, honey, I don't know that's an obstacle. I think it's a tower that's coming in very, 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 very slowly. And it's the person who retains their heart space for you, I believe. It's going to be a slow revelation. I don't know when it will come back. We will try to do a time check. Let's see if you're completely out. Show me that Ace of Pentacles, please. Show me that Ace of Pentacles, please. And moving forward. You have shown me multiple times marked with new. I wasn't sure if you had completely given this up since the world was on the sideways. However, I did see the Fool try to take his exit with the acknowledgement that he indeed was the Fool. A fool for putting up with this hardship and strain. and for thinking that it was some sort of relationship when it wasn't. So he's like, if I'm going to be a fool, by God, I'm going to be a fool on my own damn terms. Out the door I go. Something like that. You do feel foolish, but it's an honest foolish. I will say this. Show me the Ace of Pentacles. Well, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we are damn fools, aren't we? Ten of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Ay, ay, ay. I still see you doing it. Despite the fear, you're still doing it. Are you fully taking off into new? What is this? The Knight of Pentacles. If they move too slow, I know the opportunity is completely gone. If they come forward, you might have that decision to put your Ace of Pentacles into them or choose not to. If that's weird advice. I don't know where that came from. If it comes in too slow, you will not consider them at all. Too much time will have passed. The Star. Right now, I still see you gravitating towards options in love and keeping yourself open towards that and finding your new desire within a new cup. With strength of will and conviction. I told you I was confused immediately by that Five of Pentacles, and I did tell you point blank, aces can represent the new as well as the renewal. The renewal for work for some of you to put something into the energy, not just sexually, but well beyond that, into the Ten of Cups, which you'd already told me you're gravitating towards. Five of Pentacles, breaking from that concept. This person does come back around, I believe, with the revelation of their feelings. I was also given a warning if it's too slow or there is no action, not in a way that makes sense, it will not be considered. You will still go your own way. It does remain a possibility that yes, they do reveal their feelings to you, but it may not make an impact on you if it takes too long. I don't know why that's so fucking specific. That is so fucking specific. As far as I can tell, you've already made your decision and you've been gravitating towards new for some time. And it took a hard lesson in self-worth in order to generate that activity, and you are generating it. You told me that's not a problem. You have no problem considering and putting your strength into a new cup you'd like to. You'd like to find your new star pathway. You'd like to find someone whom you can be yourself with and desire very, very strongly. In other words, reach for that particular star for a long time, but it starts by looking at cups or opening particular doors. You're showing me you have the strength to do this. This is what you want to do. So I was immediately confused by seeing that Ace of Pentacles. I'm like, oh, look, well, it's nice that they revealed their feelings, but Libra's going towards the Ace of Pentacles, and then you're telling me there's something here. I don't know. I might break from this concept of a relationship if somebody introduces it way too late, or I've already forgotten about it, or it no longer means the same thing. It's odd. It's very specific. Because you're telling me, by all rights, you have a very strong desire to seek your emotional and sexual and relationship fortunes elsewhere. A new star with strength. I think some of you, the fear is because Five of Pentacles classically is the fear of abandonment, which sets a lot of people back. I really, really desire this. It's going to fuck up. I am afraid of abandonment, so let's not get involved. If this person proposes something of an emotional relationship and putting an Ace of Pentacles in it, I think you fear that they will just abandon it. Or nothing will come from it. You know, that might be why you're not choosing it, especially if it takes too long, because the strength of their own particular convictions are going to feel like too little too late. Is that it? I was like, there's no point getting involved in this. You're just going to abandon it. It's not going to mean anything to you. You're not going to put the work into it. Something like that. And I don't want to be abandoned either. I don't want to love you just to be abandoned by you. So thank you for telling me how you feel, but it feels like it's too little too late. You realized your feelings much too late. Something like that. Because that Knight of Pentacles pulled up hard in the obstacles, didn't it? By the time you know their feelings and it is revealed unto you as a surprise, it might be too little too late. You might have already been invested in a new star. Strong desires, but again, the Empress points her desires exclusively to one person. She doesn't try to put it here or there. That's not who she is. So I know what my worth is, and I'm going to give my worth to you. I chose you. And that's what you're saying. You're open, desiring a new heart space, as well as your sex. Comfortably, easily, open. So if this person proposes emotionally opening up towards you, and can we make it work? Can we put an Ace of Pentacles into it? If it takes too very, very long, you will not consider it. It's going to feel like too little too late. There's no way they could possibly mean it. Because I already see you in those steps, honey. I don't deny the steps at all. That's a hell of an intimate tarot. But of course, it surpasses all the sexual energy by miles. We're talking upper level divinity, choices, strong spiritual connections, knowing what's worth your time, energy, and effort, and focusing on that. If it was a proper lover's connection, honey, if they really wanted to choose you, they'd choose you. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. That requires sacrifice and letting things go the way they're supposed to, so you can make room for that person in your life. And I don't see them doing that, not till it's much too late. And do they see your worth? Do they see your value? Yes. Do they wish they were more like you? Yes. Do they wish they could keep it all and not have to sacrifice everything? Yes. And that's not how life works. You want the big payout, you have to make the big sacrifices. That's just the way life is. It's called the balance, which you know all about. You cannot have one without the other. You cannot have the love of your life without some sacrifice behind it in order to obtain it. And that means letting shit go that no longer serves a purpose. And I don't know what that is, because their energy is way down in so many different directions. I can't tell the forest from the trees. I mean, I tell you what real choice looks like. Real choice is knowing when to let things go so you can have something that works for you. You work for this person. Spiritually, you two are so connected, it's not even fucking funny. You were probably connected in a past lifetime for all I know. But it's like, you can't have everything. You just can't, especially the shit that doesn't work out. Let it go, or you will never make room for anything else or anyone else. It's like they don't know how to let things go. That's time to let go. And your sexual energy is well beyond this point. You already told me remarkably over and over again, you know it's your worth, and you will only settle for upper level commitments where you can put your energy on that person exclusively. You've made that very clear. And again, in the interim of not having someone, your priority is you and your home and anyone who dwells within it. You've made your responsibilities streamlined and simple. These are my contracts. These are my obligations. And I am priority number one, because without me, none of this shit would exist. Exactly. They need to learn that. I know that they want to be like you, but I don't think they understand the principle behind it. In order to live the life you want, you have to know what's worth keeping and what's worth letting go of. And you will never find this kind of level of functioning peace unless you're willing to understand some things about yourself. The fact that you're showing me so much freedom and independence isn't a coincidence. You had to earn that shit. Being at peace with yourself, not afraid to be alone. You have to learn that stuff the hard way, honey. And that means making decisions. That means making sacrifices, knowing what's worth waiting for and what isn't worth waiting for. Oh, yeah. Queen of Cups, Three of Wands. The sun. You're looking out towards the horizon on your future. Love and sun. Love and sun. Again, you know what your priorities are. If you're not happy, the rest of you cannot function this highly. And that's something this person cannot understand. They're not happy. Bless them, they have good intentions. But they're not happy with so many things that aren't working out. And instead of letting it go, they choose to keep everything, and therefore they're going to lose everything. At least that's what matters. I don't know why people are motivated like this. I don't know. I see it all the time. People will throw their best energy and efforts into shit that's not working instead of the shit that could work. And people have very skewed ideas of what investments are. Some people have such a huge fear of loss that they would rather not lose the thing that should be lost instead of gaining the thing that can be gained. They don't see the gains, they just see the potential loss. Everywhere this could be lost, this could be lost, this could be lost, this could be lost. Let it be lost. It doesn't want to be there. Whatever the hell that is, it's multifunctional, I'll tell you that. Instead of thinking, this is what I could gain. That's what I'm saying. You have to prioritize. You have to know how to streamline. The reason you're so happy and fucking independent is because you know what the focus is. You. If you're not your best quality you, you're not going to get good quality. It is that simple. It is that simple. Or it should be that simple. And I know it felt that simple. That's how this started. It felt that simple. And your heart showed up for this fucking thing strong. I don't know what that Six of Pentacles looked like to you both. I just know it was met over a strong lover's connection. It became poorly patternized to the point that it became toxic. And the world with this person was in and out for a while. And eventually got too hard, whatever this was between you two. And you were the fool. You just want to be happy. That's all you're communicating. And that's what you're looking at on the horizon with the fullness of heart. Judgment call. Yeah. Why is it deceptive? Ah. Okay. We have some communication here that's calling someone out on their deceptiveness and that it was bullshit. Okay, I just see you gravitating towards your sun and your fullness of heart, looking out on the horizon with actual hope. There is some judgment here coming forth in the terms of communication. That fool we were talking about, which I'm tying back to you. You were part of this demise. Yes, thank you, Spirit. I appreciate you pointing that out, and that's what led to the ending. Yes, you were an active participant in this. I did say, Spirit, thank you, that you did feel a fool, and that you understood this became a toxic pattern, and they're pointing that out as emphasizing to you as well as me the responsibility factor. You had a responsibility in this too. You were not passive, you were an active participant in this. It might have taken you a long time to realize it, but once you did, I give you full credits for moving on from it. But yes, you're keeping yourself open to this. Yes, indeed, it was a form of self-deception, self-sabotage. You knew it was foolish, so you acted the fool. It led to your own heartbreak and demise, and what led up to the ending of this thing. They're making that very, very clear. Yes, we have a responsibility in all things. So while this is, they have their own side of the scales and responsibility for the shit that they're going to have to deal with, this is yours. Okay? You had a part to play in this, so I'm glad they're saying that you're gravitating towards your sun with righteous happiness and sense of self and sense of self-worth, but don't you dare for one fucking second, Libra, forget where it came from. When it comes to this person, you demonstrated self-sabotaging tendencies that became patternized. You were the fool for this person. And when you exited, you were a proper fool. When you entered it, you were a self-deceptive fool. You did it a couple of times. Like I said, you kept the door open for this person. So you did have a part to play in your own heartbreak, but you also stopped it. Okay? They're like, hold on. Hold on. We're glad you're doing well, Libra. Spirit, this is where they want you to be. You know your priorities. But don't forget how you got there. People who don't learn from their patterns are going to repeat them. So don't repeat them. Right? There you go. It's true. It's true. I know. I understand. You gotta own that shit, right? Own it. Don't allow it to happen again. Are they marked with re-entry, revelation of their feelings and future that look honest? Yes. That's also true. Might it be too little too late? Yes. You also fear inherently that they'll just abandon it because they couldn't show up for it properly the first time. But they are one of the many options in that Seven of Cups. You want the best one. The one that speaks to you strongly and has long-term. This is a fear of no long-term with this person, even if they do show up with their feelings. This is, I'm looking for and actively seeking long-term. I'm not trying to fuck around. Okay? So yes, you are gravitating heavily towards new with good reason, good spirit, good heart, good sense of self. Don't forget how you got it. Otherwise you will repeat it. We don't want to do that. Thank you, Spirit. I appreciate the reminder. Yes, yes, yes. All right, get back to that. There's a lesson in there, bitch. Talk about it. Okay. Yep. Acknowledged. Yeah, no, this is not a case of you were the victim, honey. You played a part to play in this. It takes two to create that particular pattern. You had your side of it. Okay? The point is that you learn from it. And when you learn from it, whew, look at your energy go. Skyrockets. Gemini, Pisces, Capricorn, Libra, charming. Yes, you are. It's your medallion, but it came up with the word charming. Of course you are. You might have any of these any of these signs in your chart very strongly, or you could be connecting to one. The four-leaf clover, luck of the Irish. It seems like luck is unfolding for you now. It's not luck. You came by it the hard way, but I can see where your energy might feel like it's being very fluid right now. It looks that way. It very much does. So I don't want this. I know I sidetracked on that. I was just overwhelmed by it. Don't let it take away from you and your beautiful process. And it is beautiful. And it was well earned. S. So, B, T, Leo medallion, the owl face down. That's not good. Not being wise, not looking, refusing to see the truth. Yeah. Forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself. All that lovely healing. Ambitious. Yes, some of you are very, very ambitious. And the letter F. That's enough. All right, Libra honey. You put it in the comments as you see fit. Well, now, you and Gemini. Gemini's was terribly complex, and I kind of gave them a little bit of a riot act. It's because they have so much in them. Yours is a little different. Please know that your person, as just beautiful, cohesive, and the energy does not go to waste, but you don't just give it out to anyone. It belongs to you first and foremost. I wish this person could understand that, and I think they want to very much. How can I put all that energy into myself and make it look easy or flawless? It wasn't. You earned that shit, and that means you have to know what you keep and what you have to let go in order to understand your self-worth. You don't just get the glory of the things that work out. You also have to let go of the things that aren't. And they will represent one of those lessons for you. I love you. I think the world of you. I am strongly bonded to you, and I always will be. And you make me feel so many things. And some of them aren't great. I gotta go. The Empress is calling an Ace of Wands and a Ten of Cups. Okay. All right, honey. The next round of Intimate Tarot should be in 3 months from now. I'm thinking about increasing the rotation as people are really responding heavily to it and wanting more of it as we see how far our sexual energy can go and how it impacts us in terms of decisions, etc. So I am thinking about increasing it. And the next time, though, your reading, like everyone's readings, will be approximately 2 weeks from their release date. Okay? So your next one, I don't know what it is yet, but it will be 2 weeks from today. Okay? All right. I hope this helps you. Oh, boy. Put in the comments as you see fit. And for that matter, if you dare. Take care. Be well.